Hi all, I'm going to do some tutorial videos now because I have the same Revit file as you do as Anthony, and I'm kind of working my way through it in the same order that you probably should be doing it. And as I'm doing it, I'm coming up with things that I was like, oh yeah, this is good stuff to remind you of. Technically, you should be right now putting in walls and doors and defining some of the space and space planning issues. I'm going to do that in a separate video. Because there's going to be some issues in terms of making sure your doors are connecting correctly to the glaze, the glass moldings, like the mullions in between them. And also I'm going to go over putting flooring in and how to correctly pretty much seal off the room, because you want to have the floor and the ceiling sealing off the space in such a way that when we do our renderings, we don't have sunshine bleeding through, pretty much cracks like in the wall or in between connections. But before we do that, I'm going to actually review how to make your custom carpet samples, because you want to go ahead and figure that out. Make your picks design wise, so that when you're then putting the flooring in, you're putting in the flooring already colored in and already set up for those specific areas. I'm gonna kind of show you my screen really quick here. Let me go over here to share screen. So here's Revit right up now. I've done some kind of just rough preliminary putting in walls and spaces that, knowing roughly the programming you need to be doing, what should you be thinking about. So you're going to have things like private offices, but then you're also going to have these big open spaces. You're going to have conference rooms. We don't want to see the same carpet all throughout. These folks are going to get a more higher end finish, as is your conference room. This section might have a different color and kind of branding than this section here. You might have the same carpet tile all through here, but again, think about, kind of the monotony of being in offices too, and sort of breaking that up with color. That's your job as a designer. This here might be your kitchen or break room area, and you're going to want to have more easily cleanable surfaces because food will be spilled. So think about nice tiles or vinyl composite flooring too. This will be your main corridor, and you're going to be coming off your elevators here. So you might also have a different choice of flooring in this section, depending on how you spill into what might be like your waiting room or reception. Again, this is a very just rough drawing, so you can see some of these zones and what I'm talking about. All right, now I'm going to go kind of back over and share the other screen with you. So let me jump over now to, we've got, I should have Google up here. All right, you're gonna look at some weird stuff first, but first we're gonna get to Shaw. I started with Shaw because they have a really nice design tool to give us seamless textures. But I want to show you first. I'm going to pick some pretty bright colors. So I like this one called Sky. I'm going to pick a lot of bright stuff just so when I show you examples later on, you can see it. Normally, depending on the company, if you go to swatch view, let me go back first. So here you'll see first, here's one tile, very green. But if you do a multi-tile view, some companies give you a really nice picture to work from. Shaw, unfortunately, it's taken a while to come up, has this white space divider. So this isn't any good for us to use in Revit, but thankfully they have a better option. So if you go down here to design floor, you can instead have a whole kind of screen layout. So one of the things to pay attention is up here, the different layout methods of carpet that we talked about in materials class. For those of you who like those longer, more linear carpet tiles, the ones that are like, say, 6 by 2 feet or 8 by 2 feet, we had a lot of samples of those that day in materials class. Brick and ashlar are a good pattern from those. You might also see a herringbone. I don't think they have an option here. In my case, I'm going to use quarter turn because I knew I kind of want this organic, almost like flowery look. I'm not going to go all through it because I practiced already and you can't see it on your screen. But normally at this point, you would bring up over here from like a snip tool. I also have down here, this tool is called Pick. It's P-I-C-K. I have a link to that on our Moodle now. That does give you a few more options for snipping, but generally most of you already have preloaded the snip tool and that works pretty well. I want you to point out that when you go to snip it, you want to kind of get into this corner and go all the way to this corner, but don't spread out past that because you don't want to have, again, any of this gray showing up. So you want to be slightly inside this square. When you save this file, I've already done this behind the scenes. So in my case, I named it Carpet, Sky, But I also put in 24 by 24 because we want to remember the scale of that. That's going to be important when we go to make this material in Revit. All right, so I'm going to jump over to Revit again. So I have to go over to this screen now. All right, so here we go here. All right, so now that you've got you know, your carpets downloaded and your color scheme figured out, you're going to want to make your floorings. First, we got to make the material. So that is the Manage tab, and then over here to Materials. Quickest way to do this is to remember for carpet, you want to pick a base carpet to copy and duplicate because it's going to have the right reflectivity when it gets into our photo rendering. It's taken a few minutes to find it. I don't know if I typed, hopefully it's typing more than letter C here. Unfortunately, when I'm on Zoom, things tend to lag on my machine. So we're going to be looking at this blue ball together every once in a while. All right, it's taking a little while. It's not responding. I might pause this video if we need to, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, really did just come up with C. All right, let's try this again. All right, there's carpet. All right, here's this lovely red one. There's actually another brown default one I had up. We're going to duplicate this. Now, in case we don't want to lose this lovely red sample here, what we need to make sure is to say duplicate asset. So we're going to edit this picture here, but it's not going to overwrite the red carpet. So I'm going to pick on the letters right there, and instead, so here it brought me to Autodesk's like their whole huge library. If you ever get lost, you can kind of click up above and see where all these samples are stored. In my case, I saved it in a folder for this class, so I'm going to navigate over there, and it's under, hold on, we're going to do like this, get to it a little bit quicker. Tech 2. All right, so here it is, Revit Carpet Sky 24 by 24. So I'm going to open that. Now I want to make sure it's got the scale correct, because remember this sample is 24 feet by 24 feet. It did actually. Sweet. Okay, if it didn't, you can override it in here. But like I said, you can see here it's 24 feet by 24 feet. So I can see that it's got that nice kind of like organic flowery look. So I say, okay. Right now, none of this should be filled in because it's carpet, and this is that bump file that's going to make it the light bounce off of it like carpet. So we're going to say apply. So there's my carpet sample to get moving on making my material. When I go to do flooring, I'm going to do that in the next video, but I'll review sort of making that. Actually, we can do that really quick now if we want. All right, so if we're getting flooring, floor architectural. All right, so there's one here with carpet. I'm going to edit the type. So here I went to architecture. Oops, hold on, I just jumped out of it. I'm still in it. So we're going to edit the type of this. Right here, when we get into the structure of it, this is where we're changing the carpet. So the finish right here is this finish. It's carpet 1. Instead, I'd like it to be my new carpet, which is this one. So I say okay, and I say apply. And now when I paint that carpet in, oh, we're paused again. Thank you, Revit. Hold on. All right. So when we're going to say okay and apply and okay. If we need to make new ones, because you're going to have more than one carpet, you would say edit type. And then we're going to duplicate up here and make a whole new one. I don't have a sample set up to do that, but I can make a video for everybody if you need to. I can just kind of show you quick. I would just rename it, say like carpet, I don't know, we'll say green and okay. And then again, I go in and then I would change that material to whatever my green carpet is now. Right, I'm going to cancel that out for now because I don't have those samples set up. All right, back to here. All right, back to the screen. All right, so I'm going to close up this video because these files get huge. And then I'm going to make another one just reviewing some of the little glitchy stuff that might come up with putting in walls and stuff, particularly around that glass. But definitely if you have questions and you need me to demo more stuff with materials, let me know, because I know this can be a really tricky part of doing this and can often be really frustrating. I'm also gonna pull together a video. Well, all right, I have lots uploaded for how to download the Autodesk Steelcase library, but let me know if you need me to make a video to walk you through that. It's going to be a little tricky because it's going to differ on everybody's machine based on where you kind of plop these files or save them. All right, gonna close this up. Also, too, I hope those of you, celebrating Passover and Easter this weekend have a really good weekend. I know it's very strange times, but I hope you at least get some good food, some chocolate out of it, and, some time to relax too. All right, thank you.